For Neymar, where is his Rivaldo? Where is his R9? He doesn't have one. When you have a dude called freaking Scaramanga as your striker, you've got issues. Get Muller, Vola, Rummenigge, Bierhoff, and your boy Closer. Could even throw in Mario Gomez in there. Germany have always had a striker who's just he's a quality striker. So if you're saying that that's the best you now have is the Folk, that's a downgrade. That's a serious downgrade, and that is why Germany missed a trick with the volley, because I think what is happening with Germany, I believe it's a case of where you're going away from your ideals and your foundation. Germany's foundation is always balanced, generally pragmatic, but with the use of a striker. Now, they had a little bit of sauce in them in that era from 2010 to 2014 that culminated in the World Cup dub in 2014. But there was always a sense of balance of Germany, and it's always topped off with a striker. I think by them now looking for goals through Gnabry, Sane, Musiala, they've lost that identity there, because for Germany, it's cool to have that, and it's cool to evolve a bit. I feel in international football, you must always remain at your core. You must always remain at your core. And I do feel like if Germany have lost that German core that has made them the most consistent performing team in international football. Like if you just look at how well Germany have done, I believe that in terms of their 4 World Cups, there are several Euros, I think 2 or 3 they've won of the Euros. And the amount of times that they've made the World Cup final, they've made the World Cup semi, they're one of the most consistent performers. So when you say that, you say to yourself that they should be good now. I think that's why in 06 Germans were fearful, because they were like, bro, didn't do 12 in Euro 04. Team doesn't look great. We're not trusting Klinsmann. So Germans were like, bro, are we going to embarrass ourselves at our own World Cup? Crowd said, what's up? Go behind them. And they had an amazing World Cup and were involved in my opinion, the best football match of all time. Don't rest on those laurels, because I think what Germany are hoping is, okay, the friendlies are fine. Home crowd. Just like 06, home crowd will raise us up. Don't make that mistake. Because I'm looking at Germany, I'm looking at the team, and when you're losing so many games, when you've not performed well at a tournament since 2016, the Nagelsmann was a mistake. They should have gotten Vola and they should have gone back to basics. Like this Euros at home, it was the perfect time to let's go back to basics. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't try to overcomplicate this. Don't try to be too sexy, too sassy. Just keep it simple. With the team so low on confidence, are you sure you want a young, inexperienced manager in charge? Like, I'm just gonna say that. I mean, are you sure you want a young, inexperienced guy in charge? I don't think so. The reason Brazil messed up at that World Cup had very little to do with Tite. It had very little to do with Tite. So anybody saying, "Oh, it was Tite," no. It had very little to do with him, bro. It's that whole situation was about the players just in there, the quality in there. And similar to Germany, it's a similar thing is to Germany. Brazil have always had a superstar striker that everybody has built around. It's not about having a superstar midfielder, a superstar the defense. Now here's the key thing: two important elements of Brazil that have to be key: superstar striker, superstar fullbacks, superstar fullback, superstar striker. So if we're going from Cafu, Roberto Carlos, R9, Rivaldo, Dino to Richarlison and Emerson Royale. Emerson Royale, are you freaking kidding me? So like Emerson Royal, I think this guy spent like millions trying to become a better footballer. So he actually tried to pay people to say, how can you teach me how to play football? A whole Brazilian. And you have guys like Anthony, Rafinha, these guys who are not fully Brazilians. So I think the Brazil issue currently is their talents. The talents in there. This isn't a thing of Carlo Ancelotti can fix it or Diniz to do better tactically. For some strange reason, Brazil talent has tanked. Brazil have never had these amazing managers. Scolari is not a great manager. He isn't. I'm sorry. No, he's not. Zagallo, yeah, was I. But they've never had amazing managers. What they've just had are just guys who just know how to harness the amazing individual talents and just know how to build a blueprint for the individuals to say what's up. I've always said international football are really about the individuals. So before that World Cup in Qatar, people were like, oh, Brazil, 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 Brazil. And a lot of the reason why people were saying Brazil, Brazil, Brazil was, let me bring him in. Yeah, let me bring him in. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. So, um, let me just put him down here. A lot of the reason was because of this dude. So, a big reason why guys were like, Brazil, 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 like, oh, Neymar, Neymar, Neymar. Neymar is not a striker. He's a left-sided forward playmaker facilitator. So the Neymar role is similar to what the Dino role was. Do Brazil win that Auto World Cup where Dino is the best player? No. As good as Dino was, Dino works off of Rivaldo, especially off of R9. For Neymar, where is his Rivaldo? Where is his R9? He doesn't have one. He does not have one. So, and Brazil have never been a team where it's just one man. It's that main guy plus another guy. There's a second guy, and that second guy is good. Romario, we know how good it is. Bebeto was good. Oh, Pele, we know how good it is. Jairzinho, Rivelino, Garrincha, those was pretty good as well. R9, we know R9. We know how good Rivaldo is. We know how good Dino was. The stuff is that Neymar is so clear ahead of everyone else. It's like he's the only guy. The last time Italy played a World Cup knockout game was the World Cup final in 2006. I know what you're saying, half up. You're a freaking stinking liar. Stop lying, you bald freak. Okay. 2010, they failed to make it through the groups. Remember that crazy game against Slovakia? They failed to make it through the groups in 2010. 2014, they failed to make it through the groups. And I believe that group saw Costa Rica and I believe Uruguay make it through. And Italy and England failed to make it through. So 2014, they failed to make it through the groups. So yeah, hold up. 2018, failed to qualify. Sweden. 2022, failed to qualify. North Macedonia. So the last time Italy played a knockout game was this image we see right here. That it was in 2006. Syria, bro, we were like in terms of just talent and just core quality, Syria is behind the Bundesliga now. Like people say La Liga, EPL, Bundesliga, and now you say Syria. So Syria, bro, the fall in quality is scary because I grew up watching the Syria. Bro, this was the play. The Syria was the league where the very best go there to prove themselves. If you want to prove that you're one of the best in the world, you go and you prove yourself and you cut your teeth in the Syria. Rui Costa, freaking R9, Thuram, Desai, like George Weah. They had the best players play there, freaking Baggio, all those dudes. But now for the Syria, the talent level has fallen. The talent level has fallen. And when you just look at the Italian team, and I think, so for Italy, it is similar to the Brazil issue. Because for Italy, the talent is just not good. It really is not good. When you have a dude called Scaramanga, when you have a dude called freaking Scaramanga as your striker, you've got issues. And people argue, arguably their best player And the only player you can vouch for is Chiesa, who's just coming off a very serious injury. Outside of Chiesa and maybe Barella and out of Donnarumma, who's been looking a bit sketchy, Barella and Chiesa, what are we saying? To watch the rest of this vid and gain access to more content crack, think about becoming a Patreon member. Click the link below in the description box or head over to patreon.com/halfhope and gain access to more content crack. Let's ride.